Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's just Crafty Chantel, and today I'm going to be working with the Crafter's Companion Create a Card double-sided dies. So we have here Retro Floral, Decadent Deco, Stargazing, Lots of Love, Opulent Tiles, and Butterfly Kaleidoscope. Then also I have over here a couple of the double-sided flowers. This is the rose and the daffodil. Now I know a lot of you out there are Cricut users just like I am, and I just wanted to point out that with these dies you can kind of get the same effect on your Cricut. So this is really just multi-layered and it's giving you the same effect as these double-sided dies from Crafter's Companion. The same here with this Lots of Love. So this is a Cricut card, a card that I made using Cricut, and then here the double-sided on Crafter's Companion. So you can kind of create this effect, and this one I'm actually going to try to do a demo on. So this is a card that I created on Cricut using their flowers, and these flowers are 2 layers. And then it's very similar to what you see here with the Crafter's Companion. So let's just jump into a demo with the Crafter's Companion. So I'm just going to do a quick demo with the rose die, and then we'll see how it's kind of similar to what we have on the Cricut. So I already have my card stock in front of me. And with these double-sided dies from Crafter's Companion, you have to use the double-sided plates. So the sandwich is the cutting plate, double-sided cutting plate, your die, your paper, top it off with the second double-sided plate, and then your regular cutting plate. So I'll just start layering this up. First I'll do the green. So I want the main part of my leaf to be in the dark green, and then, oh no, let's do the opposite. The main part of my leaf will be in the light green, and then I will top it off with small green. So let's put a little tape in to hold that down. And again, I am using my Gemini Junior. You can use your big Gemini, you just have to put the plates in sideways. So there we have our leaves. For some reason, the way my plate sandwich was, it looks like I actually missed a leaf. And then we have the pieces that go, well, maybe I didn't. Then we have the pieces that go on top. So that's the first piece, and then we will cut the flowers. And while we're cutting the flowers, I will pull those colors out. So we want the full side to be dark, the lighter side to be a lighter pink. Let's just trim that. And then with our second flower, we'll go with, so this one I'm going to use a pearlized cardstock. What I've found is that these double-sided dies work a lot better with paper than they do with cardstock. So you want to use something lightweight instead of a heavy cardstock, especially for the more intricate cuts. So like this one has a lot of detail. I'm going to use paper instead of a cardstock. Let's put the sandwich together. And okay, so our pieces are coming together. Now you'll see what I mean with this pink cardstock that's a little thicker. Fortunately, it's taped down because the edges didn't all the way cut through. So I'm going to run that one through a second time, and I'll just use another piece of paper to add some pressure to it. But I'm going to run that one through maybe 2 more times just to be sure that I get the full cut. And full disclosure, I also had to do the same thing with these green pieces. I had to run them through more than once. They are a 180 GSM cardstock. So anything that's 180 or above, you may have to run through more than one time in order to get a good cut with these double-sided dies. So just something to keep in mind. So looks like now we have it where all of the pieces are just popping out. And so now we just want to layer our flower up. Those are 2 pieces. Do we use this piece too? No, I don't think we use this piece. And then for our leaves, which I cut 2 sets of leaves. We have that one, and that one, and that one. So there we have it with our double-sided flowers. Here's another leaf over here. And another leaf over here. So again, this is kind of the same design as what we see here from the Cricut. The Cricut kind of cuts it all for you. But let's go ahead and just so I purchased these on probably on HSN's Craft Day, but I just recently saw them on Crafter's Companion TV. So they may, so they're probably still available for purchase right now on the Crafter's Companion website. And then I just want to use this Happy Spring sentiment. I brought these up just in case, but I'm having second thoughts on them. I think that's plenty. About that. Yeah, I think I like that. I think this layer can be included. It's the beauty of creating. Do it how you like and how you think looks best. Okay, Happy Spring. So again, this is using the Crafter's Companion Gemini double-sided dies, the rose die. I also have the daffodil die, and again, I just wanted to show you that it's something that you can create something comparable using the Cricut. So the next thing that I wanted to demo today was one of these. These are the Create-A cards, and I would like to do this butterfly. Let me get this opened up. And again, I have my cardstock picked out. I'm using paper instead of a heavier cardstock because the heavier cardstocks, they don't go through all the way. So with this one, there's a little instruction sheet in there for you. So then we have the two sides, and I'm gonna go with a purple card base that I already have together. These are good for 4x6 cards. And then I will do my background layer in pink, and the second layer in purple. Let's see how that shakes out for us. And just for yups, I'm going to go ahead and run this through 2 times. I have these Spellbinders butterflies that I'd like to use as a topper. So I'm going to go ahead and run it through twice. I don't know that you necessarily have to, but just to make sure that it does what we want it to do. I really just want this all to pop out easily. So these butterflies and dots that I'm popping out of here, these can all be saved and reused. You can use them for paper piecing and piece them back in for decoration, or you can use them in a shaker card. So don't necessarily throw all of these little bits away, because they really do make good shaker cards. So this is one layer. Now, Crafter's Companion does not recommend that you tap these against something to get the extra pieces out. They recommend that you just kind of tap them with your fingers to get the pieces out, because since they're double-sided, you don't want to put any dents in it. But see, since I'm using paper, I can pretty much thump most of that out with my finger. Crafter's Companion has a couple of these Pokey Tools. They sell them in a pack. This one is from Spellbinders. It has the brush as well, so you can kind of brush out some of those pieces and then use the brush to clean your dies. Cricut also has the same tool. Let's just brush these off. Put that off to the side. So then what we have is our dark purple layer. And we'll put our pink layer on top of that. And then we can add Spellbinder's butterfly, and we can add a sentiment. And that will be our second card for today. So let's just go ahead and put this one together. And again, if you have the Cricut, just look through Design Space, because you will see something very similar to this way of doing your cards. There's a lot of them that are layered, and you just load in your different colors of cardstock with Cricut. Because you're using your knife blade, you can use glitter cardstock or something a little thicker. There you go. So again, just to pull out the one that I did on the Cricut, so you can see the thing about this one though is because I used the glitter cardstock and there's so many layers, it's kind of thick. It's a thick card, but it's the same, you know, concept. This one only has 2 layers and it's just paper. So let's top it off with a couple of these pretty butterflies from Spellbinders. I think these came in one of their monthly kits. And then we'll just put quick text on there. Have a wonderful day. So this one is using the Butterfly Kaleidoscope die. So we'll put these here, kind of a little bit in camera, maybe. All right, then there is one last one that I wanted to show you today, and we'll do that with the Opulent Tiles, and we're going to do this one in shades of blue and white, and then maybe we'll add a ribbon. So this one has a lot of cutting in it. So you can see all of those ridges, all of that cutting. So again, I'm using paper, not a heavy cardstock. And I'll run it through once and just see what the effect is and try to not shift it too much. But I didn't do a test run with this particular paper to know for sure. Looks pretty good, but you know what, I hate to waste it, so I'm just gonna run it through twice. Better safe than sorry. I hate to waste the cardstock, or the paper in this case. So you see how that's like popping up off of it. That's the beauty of running it through 2 times. And again, those pieces that came out, those are good for being used in your shaker cards. One's in here. Good. There we go. So using the paper, it just pops right out. That's really what you want. You don't want to spend a lot of time getting those papers out. So there we have it. And then we have our white layer. Just going to take it over here to the trash and shake it off. As you can see, I'm just going to do a little finger thumping. And that gets it all out of there quickly. Also gets it all over our table. Grab some of that. Okay, and so now we have our layers. We have our layers. We have a little ribbon to decorate with. We have some butterflies, and we have another sentiment. So let's just go ahead and get this card put together. So one thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to take this word, just for you, and use it as a tag. Oh, I just need a little bit. There we go. And then, because this idea came to me later, I'm just gonna ease that up a little bit. Give myself a little extra glue. And put my tag in. Okay. And now we will go with our blue and white layers. And we're going to use the dotty tape pen so that it just goes over the holes and doesn't go through. Go around the edges. And a little in the middle, but not too much. That's our first layer. So trying to be a little gentle. There we have our second layer. Let's just anchor our tag and add in butterflies. And so much with creating, you know, is on the fly. There we go. And then there you have it. So we have completed 3 cards today using the Crafter's Companion double-sided die technique. A couple of takeaways is that this concept, you know, you can do it on the Cricut, Explorer Air, or Maker. I haven't tried it on the Joy. I don't know if they work in Design Space on the Joy, but the concept is available if you have a Cricut. It's just a little bit different to do it on the Cricut than it is to do it on the Gemini. But I don't think it's any easier or harder. So again, in the collection is Opulent Tiles, Butterfly Kaleidoscope, and those are the 2 that we see here. Dreams, which is a bunch of stars. That one's pretty. Decadent Deco and Retro Floral. And then the 2 that I have, there are much more in this collection, but the 2 that I have are Rose and Daffodil. And so you can see the rose here. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also hit the notification button so that you can be notified as soon as we make new videos. Thank you very much for joining me today.